Smart Book and quizzes cover Chapter 12, Motivation. The Smart Book and quizzes cover Chapter 12, Motivation, and Chapter 13, Groups and Teams. You may work on the Smart Book for as long as you need to earn 100%. You may take the quizzes as many times as you need to earn 100%. There is no additional assignment this week. All Smart Book quizzes and assignments are due Sunday at 11:59 p.m., and they are not accepted late. Be sure to complete and submit them before the due date. So again, we'll come down here. You're watching the guidance. Then we got the PowerPoints. Smart Book 12, Quiz 12, Smart Book 13, Quiz Chapter 13. And again, no additional assignments besides these this week. YellowDig has multiple topics for you to participate in. Some topics will be somewhat current, and others may be ones that we'll study in the future. But if you have something to say about any of the topics, feel free. This would be a good week to post on motivation. Here's an overview of some of the motivational theories. Motivation is the psychological process that arouse and direct goal-directed behavior. Motivation can be broken down into two different areas. Intrinsic rewards are satisfaction a person receives from performing the particular task itself. So we can think of extrinsic as pay, compliments, etc. And intrinsic are the ones that we have with personal satisfaction of doing a job or a task well. I'm going to discuss a few of the theories. There's basically four types of theories here. We got content theories, process theories, job design theories, and reinforcement theory. The ones I'm going to look under content are Maslow's and Hertzberg. We'll look at expectancy theory when it comes to process theories, and then I will discuss the job enlargement, job enrichment theory. And reinforcement, I'll leave that to you to get that through the textbook. Maslow's hierarchy is the granddaddy of them all, I guess you'd say. And what it is it's set on a motivation pyramid. So what it says here is that a need is only motivating if it hasn't been fulfilled. So at the very bottom of the pyramid is the physiological. This is for food, water, shelter, those type of things. And so once that need has been fulfilled, then we have the next one is safety. And if safety is not fulfilled at this time, then that becomes a motivator. So safety, it sounds like what it is. You want to be safe from danger. Okay. And once we feel like that's been taken care of, our next one is love and belonging. This is where we have friends, love, association. Once that one has been completed, then esteem is motivating. And esteem is the need that people will see you as being important. You'll get accolades, respect, those type of things. And then the last need is self-actualization. That's the last need. So self-actualization is never satisfied, but it is the last one. Okay. Now, the idea behind Maslow's original thought here was that you took these in order, and once this was fulfilled, then this was no longer a need that you were motivated by, only the one above. So the progression principle states that only a need that's not met within the progression is motivating, and that you can't go backwards. So once I have my esteem need satisfied, then love and belonging is no longer a motivator, only self-actualization. Of course, the theory on this is that if I'm self-actualizing, I'm still going to need food, clean water, etc. But the way this breaks down is that we have basic needs, psychological needs, and then self-fulfillment needs. So the progression and regression principle Uh, it's not exactly how we look at things now. In the same theory column, we have Hertzberg's two-factor theory. And what it says is that work satisfaction and dissatisfaction arise from two different factors. So hygiene factors can only cause dissatisfaction or be neutral, and motivating factors can either be neutral or that's what makes people satisfied. So hygiene factors are pay, working conditions, supervisors, coworkers. So there's a lot of times when people say, I don't understand why this person's upset. I gave them a $2 an hour raise and they still seem to be dissatisfied. Well, hygiene factors cause that. And one of the reasons that that can cause, because even if I got $2 more, if somebody was making more money than me and I thought that I was doing the same amount of work, I'd be dissatisfied. Or if my supervisor was always upset or on me about something, that would cause me dissatisfaction. Whereas a motivating factor is typically the work itself. So we can kind of look at this as an extrinsic and this as an intrinsic. Okay? So I like the job I'm doing. I think it's important and I've done it well. And so therefore I'm satisfied. So as a manager, we try to reduce the issues with hygiene factors and try to increase the things that motivate people. In these four theories underneath this particular content theory, you can see where they split. So we start getting more into lower level needs and higher level needs. And so we can see that across these particular theories, some of them only deal with the higher level needs. That's all they're concerned with. But you can see where we have higher level needs and lower level needs. And when we look at it in this particular way, it helps explain why sometimes the lower level needs can be motivators, depending on what kind of satisfaction we're looking for, and that the higher level needs are usually the ones that cause the job satisfaction. I like what I'm doing. What I do well. Process theory we're going to look at is expectancy theory. And what this does is it helps us predict how much effort an employee will exert in a given situation. And there's three elements. There's expectancy, instrumentality, and balance. And when we look at this, we can even put a score to it if you wish. So you can try to determine how motivated a person would be. So the expectancy part of it is, will I be able to perform at the desired level on the task? Instrumentality is, what outcome will I receive if I perform at this level? And balance is how much do I want the outcome? So if I am a employee or anybody, I guess, and if somebody asks me to do a job or I decide I want to do a job, you think, will I be able to do that? And if the answer is yes, then you would look at the instrumentality. What's the outcome? If I complete this job, will I get time off? Will I get an award? Will I get a bonus? And do I value that? Is where we come down to the balance. So, how much do I want that outcome? So, if I can do the work and I believe that there will be an outcome and I value that outcome, then generally I'm going to probably be very successful. I'm going to be very motivated to do it. So in our case here, we'll take a look at two different things. One, if I were asked to do brain surgery, I would not be able to do that task. Do I believe that the outcome, if I performed it, would be good? Uh, Pay wise, yes. And then last, how much would I value that outcome? Well, I value it very much because it would be very rewarding. But since I have no ability to do this, then my actual expectancy would be zero. because even though I think the outcome would be great and I'd value it very much, I can't do the work. On the other hand, if somebody asked me to do something and I had that skill, and I'd say, yes, I could do it, and the outcome was that, well, we're going to need you to work 40 hours overtime to complete the contract we have. And if you do that, then we're going to give you a certificate with a gold star. Well, that is the outcome, but I don't value that. Yes, I believe I'll get a star on my certificate, but I don't value it. So my motivation here would also be zero. So each of these three things have to be associated together for it to be motivating. Job design perspectives on motivation deal with a couple different techniques. So when we talk about job design, which is the division of an organization's work among its employees, and the application of motivational theories to jobs and increase satisfaction and performance. So there's two techniques. One is fitting people to the jobs. And if you remember from week 2 or chapter 2, we have the scientific management. And there we were trying to make people efficient. And so we broke the jobs down to where people could master them quickly and produce at a high level and were paid accordingly. But that didn't lead to very much job satisfaction. So the two theories we're going to look at here is fitting jobs to people, which is enlargement or enrichment. Now, enlargement would be a situation where I do a particular job. So maybe in the scientific management, I ran the drill press all day. So all I did was take the piece and I punched a hole in the piece with my drill press and then put it to the next one. The concept of job enlargement is that, well, we're going to let you do jobs that are previous and after what you normally would do. So we're going to allow you to run the brake and cut the metal, and then we'll let you punch uh, or run the drill press. And then after it goes to the drill press, we'll let you put it into the deburring machine. So you're looking up and down the line of production. And so you would do work previous to what you do and previous or after what you do. So the idea here is that I can see how my work fits into the process. But again, part of the issue here is that I am still just doing that same job over and over. It's just a little different. Okay. Whereas enrichment allows the employee to have more of a say in the work they do or to really understand where they fit and why their job's important. So I may run the drill press, but they also would let me uh, maybe assign the machines or the people that are going to work on the machines and the shift might give me a little more management responsibility. So I would become more interested in that because I actually have a say in what my work is. Another piece of enrichment would be that, okay, so I'm running this machine and punching this hole, and I really don't know what it means in the big picture. So I may get to go and look at where the supplies are kept. They may take me to the supplier across town, and I get to go through and look at the metal and see how they pick out which kind they use. I may end up getting to go out into the field and see how it's used in an installation. I may get to go on a service call with someone and see how my part or what I do is important to that. So the idea is I'm going to do more with my work. I'm going to be more involved. I'm going to have some type of say in it. And so the enlargement again becomes a intrinsic motivator. I feel like I've done something here and that I'm a part of something that's bigger than just punching holes and deburring metal. If you've had experience with any of these theories, it'd be great if you would post your experiences so the rest of the class can read them and respond. Lastly, earning points on Yellow Dig resets on Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Be sure to earn your 1,000 points by then. As a reminder, you can earn up to 1,350 points per week to catch up or work ahead. You'll be guaranteed an A if you earn 8,000 points by the end of the semester. We're getting close to the end, so if you're behind on your points, I would suggest that you work to the maximum points on that. That's all I have for instructor guidance this week. If you have any questions, you can contact me on Blackboard Messages or by email, myers-d@mssu.edu.